We are now live on Facebook. Welcome everybody. Hi to this special night for myself anyway, and what Michael Campbell is sitting here with me tonight. This is something that I've been looking forward to doing because I know what is something special when I see it like, and this is incredible. So what's going to happen here tonight? I just want to jump on with myself and Michael Campbell here, who has done a 6-month mentorship course. And he's absolutely transformed his life in every absolute direction. From the day that that man reached out to me, from seeing my quote of the day, to now having just hearing voice notes from this man every day just gives me goosebumps after goosebumps. Micah, you know you send them through, but you don't understand. You think you're sending them through and saying this, but what you've done for me over the last 6 months has been such a push, such a gift to keep pushing me on. But what we want to share is Michael's story from his despair to now repair in his life, and how he done it in such a short space of time. And you're going to see this here tonight because the results lie in the words of a man, and that's, you'll hear it in his word, the conviction in his word. And this is the reason why I've got full confidence to handle. We and Michael have done this before. I was maybe just started off myself doing this, and Michael himself was not very used to going on live on Facebook. But I want to welcome you here, Michael. Thanks for coming and joining me. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm great, Brian. Great. Welcome everybody who ever tunes in.
What does this mean to you, buddy? To come on here tonight to do this here.
It's amazing that I've come through the Freedom Series, which you've done. On day 5, Kim Calvert. Anybody knows her? She changed his lives, and she's changed mine. And Brian has been a big part of my journey this past, 6 months or even more than that. But it all really stems back to, it's over 2 years now. I was on a journey, but it was actually probably mental baggage that I was holding on to my whole life. All the things that was going on, all aspects of life, holding on to them, and it just really hit me just over 2 years now. It was an emotional impact that we know has. Me and Ryan know, and that you can go one way or the other, and I went the other way, the way that you don't want to go. Whenever my partner, my woman, Rachel, which I'm grateful for every day, and my son, she told me she was pregnant, and we had so many plans, and we were meant to go to Australia, and actually a good friend of mine went to Australia, and that was the whole thing behind it. Whenever he left, I felt a bit of me was left, a part of me left. We had such a great bond together. But that broke me. Whenever my woman told me that, I didn't know my self-worth of me inside. I didn't value myself at all. Whenever she said that, I was self-doubt myself, how I can just about look after myself, never mind a child. And as I know now, thoughts become things, and whenever I was thinking all them things, so I was attracting more thoughts like that, and more, which was obviously the anxiety, which turned into depression, and then my body was at disease for a long time. But and went to the hospital. Some of you may know or not, but obviously at that stage I didn't know I had depression, but the doctor said I had depression, severe. I was bad with it. And on the road up the road, my auntie took me down actually on the way home. We were actually sitting outside of Chippy in her car, and I had a massive panic attack. I started getting my thoughts, my heart was racing. But everybody in my family, they didn't realize how bad I was. But my auntie, sort of woman that I would, I'd reached out to and have done in the past. She knew exactly what I was going through, a hard time, and got up the road, and it's just from that, it just went on for months and months. And I really wanted to come on here tonight, really to say was I remember, all them months ago, standing in the shade where I work now, contemplating taking my own life. Like, I mean, every day for months on end, that is mentally draining. Like, I know there's somebody out there tonight needs to hear this, because there's somebody struggling. There's people struggling everywhere. What I just somebody needs to hear this. Like, that's the thoughts going through my head was not bearing. Like, I wasn't bearing thinking of it. It just it was a complete journey for me. And there's a woman did help me a lot. I reached out to her and I went to a lot of sessions with her, and I actually met up with her a few months back to give gratitude to her for what she done for me at that time. And I'm grateful for all the people that actually helped me as well. But it just shows the inner strength that you can have when you have a purpose here. When a lot of people die every day. There's a lot of people commit suicide, kill themselves, overdoses, drink, whatever, every day. Why did I? Why was I chosen? Why was I not one of them people? That's what I want people to hear tonight. Why did I? Why was it? Why did I get a second chance at life? But I know why now. I know I'm here to help people, and that's just came to me this past lot of months, come through this program. Now I can talk about these things because I'm not attached to them. I'm not emotionally attached to them things that happened to me. All through the years, I've let go of everything because that's not a part of me anymore. I'm looking forward and moving forward. And that's where I'm going. I've now completed 6 months with Dynamite Lifestyle, Brian and Kim and all the team. And what they have done for me has been amazing. It's been an incredible journey. It's really, you go and buy a car, or you go and buy a Jeep, or you go and buy a van, you get all the manual, you get the manual off these things. We were never give the manual of our mind. Never. You were never give it. And I have it here. Oh, there it is. That's it there. And I'm going to study it the day I die. So it's amazing what it's done for me in my personal and professional life as well. My relationships with with Rachel, Ethan, my family, like even the first lot of weeks in this program, my woman was like, "Who is this man?" I changed like that. Because I knew, right, like, whenever I made a decision to take this course and to do this course, I was doing it. Nothing else. I was doing it, and that's why I've reaped the rewards of being me again. And I wanted to say as well, somebody out here, obviously, I'm just talking, somebody needs to hear this. I was looking outside me for all the things, for happiness. The first thing I said to you, Brian, was, me and you were on a call, you rang me and you said, "What do you want? Like, what do you want in life?" And I says, "I want happiness." And you said to me, "Well, what is that?" I couldn't even answer you what that was, because happiness is always here.
Oh.
Joyful contentment is always here, it's always within. People are looking outside themselves for it. You don't get it outside. And from too many years that I was going around in a circle, I was like the hamster on the wheel, Brian, going round and round, how doing the same things that I didn't want to do, running with the same people that I didn't want to run with, doing things I definitely didn't want to do. And, I just was breaking myself every week, looking for happiness, looking for contentment, all outside of me, all these things outside of me. And what happens on a Thursday or Friday, start drinking 4 times a week, broke and breaking yourself every week, hey, every week. And now I set myself a goal at the start of this program, 6 months, no drink. And that's I'm over the 6 months now, 6 months and 2 weeks.
Well done, buddy. That
and I'm doing a year as well. So that's a year no drink. And I will have a drink again. Like I'm not saying I'm not going teetotal here, but I'm just saying this shows if you really want something in life, you set a goal and you go after it, and you know it's determination and desire packed with the burning desire, as we know it. So
so you talk about there, lad, that you don't find it outside yourself. So you found it in yourself. And so what's the biggest joy when you get up in the morning, lad? What does it feel like, compared to what you were before? What is that feeling like? What is
I
it like when you're waking up being Mega Camel when you wake up in the morning?
I get excited. Like I'm not like this. I get up every morning grateful that I get an hour a day, because there's somebody this morning didn't get up this morning, didn't get a chance that I get. They didn't get a chance, an hour chance or a second go at life that I got this morning. There's people, as we know, Brian, there's people sleeping in life. They're getting up and saying they're going to a job they don't particularly like. And what happens? Come a Thursday, we all know in our hometowns and wherever in the world, the same people are in the same pubs or wherever are doing the same things because they don't particularly like a job that they're in. And what does that do? Wherever in the world, the same that that stems into families. Like they'd rather spend time in the pubs and spend time with their family. They're missing out on their kids. They're missing out on family events because they're sitting in the pub 4 times a week or maybe more. There's something wrong there. They're
You were saying that there was something wrong because that's what you were doing wrong in your time. And I have great experience with that in myself, and that feeling that I always searched outside of myself. But how does it build relationships, with your, what is the relationship, you said your son, the reason why you were broke down in the first place is because you heard the news that you were having thing. And what's your relationship with your son like now?
amazing, lad. I watch him grow every day. It's words can't, like, the day he was born. I thought, like, I got that feeling like this is the most amazing thing ever, right? But you don't really understand love until you go on a self discovery of who you are and why you're here, and love yourself again. Not in an ego way. Love yourself within. You can't love anybody if you don't feel it inside. Now, my partner, my Rachel, my woman, I've never loved her more in my life.
What do you think
And
that is?
else, like my father there, um, he had a heart attack a lot of months back there, and every time I leave him, I tell him I love him. No, that's not a thing that we supposedly to do. But every time I leave him, I tell him I love him. You know, on my mother, on my sisters, and everything. It's amazing thing to have now. What I have, there's no financial value can put on what I have now.
How
So
is it that, Michael, people are sitting watching here, you love yourself, and we tell them that, that's what you got to do. You got to love yourself. But how do you love yourself, Michael? How do you describe it? How do you go about it?
well, my routine, we get up early. We meditate. We write down our goals. We write, a
Could you,
self script every morning. We
could you have
visualize.
done it on your own?
Huh?
Could you have done it on your own?
Mm-hmm.
Could you have
Or
done it on your own without knowing what you know now? Like, within the day.
with the guidance, no chance, no way,
Yeah,
not a hope.
and it's that comfort of somebody there, like, and what about your life and work? What way has it come along? Since you said that you were used to walk around the place you're in today, was you were thinking these impossible thoughts that we don't want to speak about, but now
Yeah,
you're still in the same place and you have these incredible, real, life-ending kind of thoughts. What is the thoughts you have now about work, and what's it like now? And you're still in the same job, aren't you?
yeah, still there, and I will be there. But it's it's amazing to walk about the yard happy and content. The energy's flowing. You know, Nothing's ever a problem. But before, things weren't like that. Now, a good friend of mine is working along with us, and like me and him could tell a lot of stories. We don't get involved in it, as much, but you know your friends, you have stories to tell, you know, for you know. But he's even changed. Like he's listened to me, me, you know, short. No, I'm not teaching him. I'm just telling him things what I've learned in 6 months, and he's saying to me, not me, but asking him. He's saying to me, lad, I've changed dramatically from I even started here. You know, and he'll be on the signs of becoming rich next week as well. So like whenever you change your life, people want to be people want to change as well, you
What's
know.
what's what's been happening with your friends when they disowned you at the start? What's happening now? Tell everybody what you think that what's happening, because you used to tell me becomes very lonely when you go on a journey like this. Yeah.
At the first couple of months, I don't know what universe, God, if you want to call it, energy. Um, this road was sort of alone. Like it pushed them lads aside, but now they're starting to come. They're starting to come into my life again, and they're coming into my life in weird ways. But it is what it is. This is how this thing whole work. You know, it works. Um, but at the start, it was sort of lonely because once you want it, like you change, you can't. Not that you can't be around them people, but it helps, you know, to maybe not be around them as much because you are ripping out the weeds that's grown inside you for all them years and planting new seeds. So that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Man, when you go and make the most of yourself, and I found that there myself, and like having to see you and see you grow in this journey has been, I don't think I've probably as much goosebumps in the last 6 months from waking up every Friday. You give me a voice note, but to hear these calls and the stuff, the way things have been happening for you and seeing the shift on you, and it's incredible. But when you went after being the most successful, trying to be the best of yourself, you know, everybody else becomes better around you. Isn't that correct?
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
wants to do better. Your friends want more, because they
yeah.
don't come and talk to you about being drunk in the pub. They don't talk to you about, you know, they'll open up to you, but they wouldn't open up to another because and it's Michael, you didn't ask them, you didn't put up a big sign saying, please come talk to me. It's just that energy knowing that this guy's
Uh, it's amazing. It's actually even there's a few lorry men come into our yard and stuff, and I'm talking to them, and there's one lad. He did make a decision where he wanted to, you know, quit his job. There's another opportunity come up, and I was like, well, what's stopping you? You know, next thing, the man that normally comes with delivering us, he says, "I that lad just quit there yesterday. He went to that our job." So, you know, I was talking to this fella for half an hour, you know, so and he was saying that I changed like everything. I was just grabbing his heart. Anything that I was saying, he needed to hear it. You know, I was just talking, just telling him, you know, so
you
just amazing.
have the confidence to talk to somebody like that. Well, before you could have told him about your problems, but you wanted to listen to him. This is the gift
Yeah.
that you've been given, that you don't talk about problems, you talk about solutions. You're a solution-based thinker now. And that's the great thing about educating yourself around who you are. Because when you've got real good confidence in who you are, you can help anybody by listening. And that's the biggest thing. But you've talked here the last 20 minutes about what's good, but what about finances? Did they improve, or did they go down, or what way did it go? Wish you knocked yourself off there. Oh, they are. Hi. So finances. So, and money wise, what has
Yeah,
happened?
I have started my online business, you know, as well, and my MCE business on the side.
So
And I
you're 3 companies you're working with.
yeah, and you know they're all growing. They're all growing, and I have doubled my income this past 3 months. So and I have a 90 day. I've set my 90 day plan out. So I'm working with a good friend of mine. Um, and he knows who he is. So we're getting stuck into that. And as I'm helping myself in a fitness goal, I'm actually helping him because this is what he's going on to be as well. So it's like a roundabout. Me and him's good friends. So he's helping me and I'm helping him, and it's great. And I have a financial in there as well. So
The thing about it is, it's incredible that you've doubled your income. But as I say, you didn't come in for this for any income. You never mentioned one word about frigging money to me.
No,
And you can imagine the development that you had within yourself. And when you tend to put your focus on anything, you get exactly what you want. Imagine what it's not going to be like now for the next 6 months. Because this isn't the end for you, Michael, is it?
no, definitely not. Definitely not.
You know, you're coming in now. For 6 months is all about figuring out who you are and what you want to do. What are you expecting for the next 6 months? If you could look back right now, you wouldn't recognize that boy that came in here 6 months ago.
Set of binoculars, you need that. It's amazing. This changes lives, you know.
Well,
Like it's simple. It's a simple thing, right? If you're looking to change, right, you have to change. There's no. That's a simple thing, but changing isn't that simple, you know. But you have to go on a self discovery of who you are and why you're here. And now
well,
you've went and done that. So
and what's the plan for now that you're going into the elite mentorship of business? You know, this is what your next one, Ignite, the mastermind. This is the 6 months you're going into now. What do you expect from it, or where do you think you're going to go now that you've personally developed yourself? Where do you think you're going to be now in the next 6 months? Because we will do another 6 months time, and it'd be nice to play it up against it.
sky's the limit, Brian, you know. You hear all the wins every Tuesday. You know, the results don't lie. People are rocking it in that program and them groups, you know. So
I probably know your biggest win in the last 6 months, and wonder if you could figure it out yourself. Now, for me, I know what it is on a Friday morning. What do you get to do?
I leave my son to crash, and that was a goal. That's what I see every morning, you know. That's as a father, that's what I want to do is leave Ethan to school every morning. So there's no money could buy that. You know, it's me and him, right? A few weeks ago, driving down Cookstown Street. Anybody else say that man's not wise, but it's none of my business what they think. So
Yes.
me and him is driving down the road, and he loves this one particular song. So me and him's his music up high, and the head bobbing like, and he's loving it. Like he is loving it. Like that's living your life. That's living your life. You know,
What age is your son?
he is 21 months. He'll be 2 on the 14th of November.
And that's something special that not many people get to do in life. And that's the reason why we talk about riches. You know, what is riches to you, Mecca? We're talking about the sense of becoming rich. What's riches to you?
Rich is in relationships with people, you know, in your professional. You know, having relationships with people in your professional is being rich as well. You know, you need to have a relationship with whoever you're working alongside. You know, the businesses you're working alongside. You need to have a relationship there and a good relationship. You know, um, just riches in all areas of your life, like everything.
Hey,
Like you know,
the
look
time that
outside.
you the time you got to spend going every single Friday morning because you've made a decision that you weren't aware that you were able to make that decision, that you hadn't got the confidence in yourself to think that you were able to leave your son to work, or not many men get to do it because they think somebody else decides their time. And that's what something that is a great gift that I've seen in you, that you've chosen what the real true riches are, spending quality time. And that's time control. You control your time and you choose it. Now, this man here, Michael, would go to his boss and just tell him, get this and bring more in. What did you write up on the board the other day? Could you tell us on the whiteboard? You tell your boss.
We are fucking unstoppable.
This
I pointed it over to him, and he just laughed. Like, me and him have a great relationship. Like me and him, you know,
is it.
we
Just
he gave me a job whenever I didn't have one. You know,
what do
and
you this, Michael? This
here
is
we
the
are.
same place. This is the same place, exact same ground, the same shed, the same company that you were in a certain situation where you wanted life maybe not to go on any longer. You wanted your life to end. Like, let's
Every
get
day
this straight.
for months on end, months on end.
Think about this. The
It was
circumstances didn't change. The outside didn't change. The job didn't change. The payments didn't change. What changed, Michael?
me inside me. That's all that changed. You know, you're looking to change, it doesn't come outside. Never comes outside.
That's the greatest gift in life, to understand what lies before you and what lies behind you are tiny matters to what lies within you. And that is where the greatness lies. And everybody's got greatness that lies within them. And as I can say, this man has been a proven product that this guy can change. Now, I know I might be out here and asking people to join up and sign up, because the only reason why I have got great confidence, I roar from the treetops to sign up to go for a 5 day series. Because I said to Michael Campbell, and he roared on the phone, I need change. I've been watching your quote of the day, and I need this, need that. And I goes, Michael, shut up. Here in 5 days, go and sit down and listen to this here. And I left him because I know that I don't have to do anything. I let the work do itself, but it's up to you to make a decision thing. Michael, what is the biggest thing that successful people do in this life? What is their biggest habit?
Make decisions fast and change them slowly.
And what have you been doing?
Making them fast.
Well, Michael just didn't jump into the first job and he thought it was this it and this idea. He went, what'd you do, Michael? You made a decision to go into it. You stuck with it for long enough. And then when he decided he had enough, bang. He decided decision that he was going a different angle. Now what are you getting? More money for less work.
Yeah.
Everything comes down to a decision. And as I say, a lot of people on here wouldn't understand that it's our decisions that shape our life. Every last thing in Michael's life was what Michael was suffering. I'm no strength or whatever that, but I'm sure, Michael, you could agree in this here that your expectations in life weren't met, and that brought you to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your expectations, and it wasn't managing them, and that led to frustration.
Ian was screaming at me for all them years, but wasn't listening.
You're just content now being who you are right now.
I come on here, whoever's listening, this is the first time I done this, I was shitting myself. I mean shitting them. But now what you see is what you get, and I will help anybody that needs help. Whenever you remember to them days that you weren't feeling like this, there's people feeling like that right now. So I'm willing to help anybody.
You love yourself, Michael?
Every day.
I love another man saying that. It's the greatest gift in life to love yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love yourself more than your child. Love yourself more than your wife. And isn't that what counts? Because you still had the child before this. Mm-hmm. The only difference was you weren't loving yourself. Now that you can give your son more, you realize that loving yourself is the greatest gift. And the only way we can love you can't love a stranger in absolutely the way you love somebody you know. And that's who you are right now. You're a stranger to who you are. And that's what Michael was. Michael was a stranger to who he was and who he truly is. Now, Michael didn't go and put something in him. He just learned who he was. He understood who he was. He didn't become a stranger. He wasn't a stranger anymore to himself. He learned who his true self was, what his heart's desires was. Michael doesn't come and jump on and want to come and teach and do what I do. Everybody thinks that we come and we're told, you're coming over here and you do this. No, Michael's an engineer, and that's what he does. That's what he loves. His passion is now, because he's so much in him, he naturally can help everybody. And that's why he speaks on here tonight, because we understand none of our business what anybody else thinks.
Exactly.
And if I can get another person like Michael Campbell signed up to this sense of becoming rich, I'm going to drop the link in here. And as I say, it is something that I say, the word rich, Michael just explained to it. Michael, you tell them again, what do you think that this here could do for somebody if they went in a 5-day series, something like similar to yourself?
This, you take it all in, you listen to it, you go over it, and you listen to it. Brian, I was listening to you, and I was texting, I was like, whoa, what the is going on? And but it just changes the way, as Dr. Wayne Dyer says, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. It's just as simple as that. It definitely changes lives. And Kim's changing every day, on Brian and everybody else at the end of my lifestyle.
What's beautiful, Michael? Just to hear you talking like that there, and it's just like hearing myself frigging speak at times, because you just, you just become it, You are just
This
literally.
hey, this isn't the end of the road. This is only the beginning.
No, and look, and I want to thank you, Michael, for what you've done for me. My journey in life was to help one person overcome the fear of other people's opinions, the fear of not being themselves, the fear of not breaking free into a job or an opportunity to something. That's something that I wish, Michael, and that's something that I've got from you. And I have to say, from my bottom of my heart, I'm grateful for you in my life right now because you've made everything that I've done right now in the last 18 months worthwhile. And I'll be forever grateful for you, Michael. I know there's others that come through it, and I am so grateful. But for you and the way you've done it, I just scream up and down and roar and shout. My girlfriend says, "Is that Michael again?" He goes, "It is." You should hear what he's at this week and what he's manifested and what he's done. So the best I can say to everybody is join us next week, and me and Michael might be making an appearance. And as I say, it can be the change for you, like, and I say his attitude is, as Paul Burke says there, your attitude is great, buddy, and you can hear what people are saying about you, And Sinead Campbell, wow, guys, you need to share this with other men. This is so powerful. So understand what you're doing here, Michael. You are changing lives. You're going to the stars, as people say in there, and
That's what I like, just to change one. It was just one person, and one person does need to hear this,
yeah.
and that's all I'm.
And that's what it is. Two men here just expressing love for fucking life and love for whatever we have here. So, as I say, next week gives you the opportunity to take a step in the direction where Michael went. And you can maybe sit on here and have a chat one day and saying how your life has changed. Michael, I'm forever grateful for you. And I look forward to our next one in 6 months' time. Maybe you'll be doing your own. Thank you, buddy. Hi. Thank you very much. Hey. All right, folks. All the best. Bye bye. Sign up now. Sense be getting rich next week. Honest to God, I become your success advisor. Anybody that comes along, I take you hand by hand next week. It is incredible. We've got Bob Proctor, we have Kim Calvert, we have everybody on there. We might even have the legendary Michael Campbell on. All right. All the best. Bye bye now.